What's happening? Landlord from Alabama here, back with another video. And today, man, we finna talk about the Cowboys versus Bucks. Up of the week, gonna suffer defeat. We got that, we got Zeke. I bet CD go catch a TD. Yeah, we go hard, man. Them other teams ain't making no noise. We the realest blue and silver show the lead that we them boys. Hey, we lit, man. It's officially game week, man. You know the shades symbolize we got all positive vibes. I can't see the haters, man. We back in the building. We ain't paying attention to none of the past times or none of that, man. We on a different mission this year. It's a whole new year. Leave all those skeletons in the closet behind, man. We on another type of vibe. But what's happening, man? We gotta talk about Dallas versus Tampa, man. And we back to the old man. We went to his house last year, but now he gotta come to our house. And you know, they gotta respect Jerry World, man. We finna let them know who ran it. We full throttle this year, man. Dak ain't coming off no injury like he was last year. He is fully healthy, ready to go. He got a full off season, man. I feel very confident in young Ryan Dakota. I feel like we finna cut up for game one against these Bucks. But you know, I had to go back and watch the old game from last year, man, and a lot of things stood out. Greg the Leg missed about 6 points alone. If he was to make those kicks, man, the outcome of that game definitely would have been different. And I hate it, man, but you know, we don't gotta worry about Greg the Leg no more. We got another problem with Brett Maher. So it ain't no telling what's gonna happen with that, man. But we gotta believe in him, put his best foot forward, and you know, make those kicks, man. We can't afford to be losing by 2 to 3 points and you missing your kicks. Another thing I noticed, you know, Zach Martin wasn't there. I think he had COVID or something like that, but we didn't have too much faith in the running game, so we just shied away from it. We ran for a short amount of time, and then we just threw the ball like 100 and some times, but I don't understand because our running game was doing decently, man. Kellen gotta stick it out. He gotta stick with the run for a little longer. Ain't no telling how the outcome of the game would have went. I feel more confident about running against Tampa this year. I know they got a big trash can full of dirt on that line. They got Vita Vea. That's gonna be somebody we're gonna have to deal with. He's a problem. And you know, they linebackers are blitzers. Levante David, then you know they got Devin White. They love to blitz they linebackers. So this is gonna be a nice legitimate test for our offensive line. We're gonna find out a lot about them. I believe in Ford, though. I believe Dak can navigate it. He's dealt with worse lines before. We had Brandon Knight, even though he had a little more experience, he wasn't an all-timer, he wasn't a Pro Bowler. So Dak navigated with Brandon Knight and still had an all-time type performance. I feel confident in our offense, especially with Dak, probably in the running game as well. I feel like we should be able to produce pretty decently against this team. One of the main things that's different this year, you know, Antonio Brown went off against us, man. He skint up Anthony Brown, man. He had strawberries all over him. But, you know, he really torched Anthony Brown that game, man. That was one of the few games that Anthony Brown didn't have a good game. But now they replaced Antonio Brown with Julio Jones, and I really don't think Julio is the same level of threat as AB was last year, man. Julio is not the same player. I feel better about Anthony Brown against Julio Jones than I did with him going up against Antonio Brown. Another big thing you notice, you know, Brady was trusting in Gronk. Him and Gronk really tore us up, man. We ain't got to worry about Gronk no more. Gronk is not here, so Tom gonna have to find some production elsewhere, so we ain't too worried about that, man. I feel like we should have him under wraps. And one thing I did notice, J-Ron Curse didn't even play that much, so this defense was new. We were still trying to find ourselves. We had Micah Parsons in coverage like way too often, and now we know who Micah is. We understand what kind of defense we got. We know how to put our players in the best position. Everybody is bought in. I'm feeling very confident in this defense. I don't see Tampa scoring over 20 on us. Our job gonna be trying to score over 20 on the offense. So I feel very confident in this matchup for this defense, man. Trayvon Diggs wasn't even himself yet. Micah was a baby. He still had milk behind his ears. And now he a full-fledged lion. He's not Simba no more. He's ready to come and eat. He's finna snack on Tom Brady, man. You know, lions eat goats, and we coming to get you, man. You know Micah is ready. And Tampa didn't run too well last year either, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not too worried about Leonard Fournette. I feel very confident in our defensive line. Tank will be healthy. He was there. I believe he got hurt that next practice or something like that. But now we got a full-fledged line. Neville Gallimore wasn't there. We got Neville back. We got year 2 Osa to stop this run game, man. So I feel like it's gonna be a long day for Tampa offense, in my opinion, man. The rest of this defense feel like they got a point to prove, and it's a great way to start with somebody like Tom Brady coming into Jerry World. Let's show them who run this house, man. I can't wait to see this game and this defense get out to Tom Brady. And one of the last things I did notice, man, they special teams, they return game kind of tore us up, man. So we're going to have to be focused on that. We're going to have to stop them. We want them to be no further than the 25-yard line, because last year one of their returners did a nice return. Then the next play, Tom Brady hit Antonio Brown on a deep ball, man. So it was a one-possession play with good field position. That was thanks to the special teams. So we got to make sure we keep them on the routes, man. We can't let that special teams, that return game, hurt us like they did last year. You know the reoccurring thing with this team, with these penalties, that was one of the biggest things that we had a problem with. Killing our drives, making it way harder than it has to be. We was in the red zone a couple of times and just started marching backwards with these holding calls and flags everywhere. So if we can maintain these flags, if we can play our game, make sure everybody doing their job, if these rookies, Jake Ferguson, Jalen Tober, if them boys can step up at all, I feel like we might come in here and shock everybody and dominate these boys. I'm very confident in this game. I do not fear this team, man. I feel very confident. I feel like we can win this game and will. We are at home this year, and I feel like this team has been flying under the radar, and they ready to prove everybody that, hey, we are a contender this year, and we finna show them in game 1. Come out here guns blazing and show everybody about this Cowboys nation. That was just my quick little first look at it, man, but I'm gonna go more in depth into it into the week, man. But I just wanted to get that out there, let y'all see how I'm feeling, how I'm coming this week, man. But that's all I got for you today, man. Just holla at your boy, Landlord from Alabama, with the same handle on all social media. And like I say, 1K, 1 love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go.